Please, Your Grace. Please stay strong. Ah, my Lord Marquis.
Yote.
My lord, yes. It's your brother. Though he does his best to hide it.
I had feared it.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of the...
But
His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able... So I consulted with Talia, and thankfully a recipe was found. And our supplies are... Unless we can secure more soon... My lord.
For Joshua. So...
A rare herb. It grows only where the ether... We discovered a patch near the search...
So it's only that you can't reach it?
Well, yeah.
Then I shall go in your...
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant.
Well, Stonewort is easily identified. I shall remain... I had only thought to ask for your assistance in finding a new source of Stonewort. But if you're sure about collecting it from the flood by the aqueduct, I should be most grateful, my lord. I had only thought to ask for your assistance in finding a new source of Stonewort.
So, she don't need sails or oars, but she's still the fastest ship on the sea. According to this, Barnabas Tharm is called the last king on account of the fact he hasn't aged a day since claiming the throne.
Ah, Sid. I saw Mid and the others made it back in one piece. More or less. Would that the free cities had fared so well. It will take years to rebuild what was lost to His Majesty's Akashic army.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm working on bringing it's got a reverberatory hood over the top that let's just say it gets very blimmin' only mithril engines trouble it, and I hear
If it's for the good of the hideaway. Oh. So,
we've got a couple of examples.
more fallen material. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways.
That's right. They're a bit, and what's more, their direction. We've collected.
So,
There's an build it.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Well, then that changes everything. Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, Have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you can... I am relieved.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're fit, I need to speak to him.
Right away.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she didn't. She said I could.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
Oh, do you have trouble with your gear, or... Yeah, the weight of all that. Clever girl, that one. So, will it be? And? Yep. Well, thanks for it, dear. Not bad, if I do say so myself.
What is it? There's Your lads and I've never but no. Be careful out there.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything so delicious.
Canva lost?
The stew's awfully thin these days.
What do you expect? Farmers are abandoning their fields and traders
There's no way of knowing if Dor...
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her.
If she's not moved on already...
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right. Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clive, I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade. Seeds for planting. Thought it was, I'll keep provide, but if these pools go as of those poor, they've lived their whole lives since. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneers, Sir Wade's putting a brave face.
All right.
Thanks. There. That's...
Gizal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. Well, you ain't exactly suck...
I'll take it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do. I'll go up there and...
I'm sure...
Get them Gazal green seeds up to Sir Wade in Eastpool, would you?
Are the bearers taking well to their new homes, you know? I sometimes worry how they'll manage without me to cook and clean for them.
Anything catch your eye? Fare thee well.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we
I've
have
got
to.
greens of all shapes and sizes.
Let's get this stall set out.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across after her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach. She's dangerous, Sid. But
Then I'm going. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearer.
The Baum Arches.
I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our own.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide. Unfortunately, we've been a little too—
The Horde is— They're coming, so wait.
Time it all. Gather the men in the square.
Yes, sir.
The Horde?
A Kashek. A veritable legion of— We don't have the numbers to—
Now you're out.
Precisely.
What if you could—
You mean the bearers?
So wait. Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians.
You're right. I will. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place. Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were...
Thanks to you.
Me?
Lord Rossfield, my lady...
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we, with luck, that point, and for you and I...
A sound plan, but one that'll require... I'd say you have both in abundance, so wait. Please, leave the...
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together. Everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might... For
Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are.
The calm before the And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Well done, Torgal. Go, Torgal! Enough! Die! Farewell! Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic Curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool...
If may the...
Come to tell me an Akashic Curl's heading towards the rest? Get yourself down there. We can handle things.
The Curl was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards Martha's Rest.
Yeah! There it is. With me, Torgal.
Too slow.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the... I ain't paid you for...
All right.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind Marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
We defended Eastpool once. We couldn't have done this if we hadn't all pulled together. Even you and Martha chipped in.
The here it's lucky. Not only did my seeds get delivered,
I just did what...
and it's so. Take it.
Thank you, Martha.
So, peaceful and a home to...
Well, it was your...
I know, though I suppose, you know, bearers living free like that. Knows as I am.
I take it you...
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do. In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same.
And you what?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know, he certainly did...
Indeed. But the loftier ones, which is why those of us who...
Suppose, and if we don't manage it, good thing we've got it's all. Anyway, better get back to work. At least the folks who saved Eastpool...
That sounds...
Ready, girl? Fly, Ambrosia.
All right. Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get... Yote, I brought back all the stone and water I could find.
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find...
I'm very glad.
You and his grace are very... You think only of how you...
No more than you have minding my brother.
I am honored, but I beg you.
I'll keep that in mind. Come on. Damn it. The whole village has turned. All right.
Shiva!
Enough.
Ready, go? Run like the wind. I'll need to deal with these ones first. Straight home now. Too slow. Now to find this spherical echo. This is it. Right then. Just two more to find. Fly, Ambrosia. Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays.
Yes.
Oh, but before it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
Shiva! Bahamut! So much for your escort.
Your eyes surrender.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. You know, I always wondered casting your lot.
Better fighting for a cause. I'm sorry, Sid. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children. She raised me like a daughter. And
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager to learn. And had such... But you proved yourself. How about it, my little dagger?
I never swore my blood to liberate the farewell, master.
You always were, or perhaps that's the reason.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. And she no longer has friends in high places.
All right.
I am.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being...
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hide. Oh, and your letter.
I'd been hoping as much. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months, she's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite the past yourself before you came anyway.
Keep up the good...
I am certain we will find what we seek in Ash, and learn the truth of Ultima's origins.
Run like the wind. No good.
2 down, 1 to go.
Oh, you're here. August, wait.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Anyone without a blade, come and get one. Sharpest edge in Dravost, guaranteed.
Clive!
And the Akash.
Mostly off to the north still. Hold up. Enough.
Well done.
I'd never have guessed, you know. Who'd have thought that the sick keen to help us out?
I am.
For you,
Blackthorn.
Oh.
One of the scouts couldn't keep, unlike my best old Anne. Not in.
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him.
But that ain't the whole. Vulcan, he left it to me. The best black. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, our master wasted half his life.
So you wasted half of mine and...
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. I may be a selfish prick, but...
What you had to do...
Even if it meant...
Enough. You can finish beating...
Fine.
Yeah. So have I.
Sorry, short enough on... Still... You,
We can't afford...
Right you are. Don't want any... Oh, and...
Akashic on them.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. They'll wash right over us if we...
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, no heroic last stands, you hear me?
August's right. The people here are...
I'm going out there. Stop.
And if they...
You with it. Take...
Leave it to me. And...
All right. Which one of you's first?
Stay down! There! Stay down! It's over.
Apparently not. You're not getting past me.
Farewell.
Now, the question... Did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece! As many as I...
Only all...
Yeah, one or two...
Good.
Sid, enough, but mostly...
I'm afraid there's no getting rid of, meaning that any living thing...
And that's if the flood don't... I hate to say it.
That, with ether floods springing up, will fortify the gates, and I'll see that...
All right.
As for you, that's twice you've turned, so...
I shouldn't have stayed up.
Too bloody right. I always... You leaving gave me... And from that day on, you'd have been the death.
Finally. I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
Alive, perhaps. Our work used to... Now... It's not about the craft. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working. The average... Come back to us, Black. I'll even man those...
That's a kind offer. There's people who trust their life, but that doesn't... Let's see if we can't...
I'd like...
Just be sure to tell Snotty.
I never thought I'd...
I'd say that...
Even better.
Sid.
And this is?
A token about designs for a certain...
Now, hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made up. I'll admit your cinders make impressive, like the engravings on that, and they're not just for show.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? I knew I'd never surpass you with that between the two of us.
Clive, You wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan.
With a little help from Blackthorn, I don't see what. We were just about.
It's funny. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort, led...
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I, trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsmen alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft...
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd say...
One legend at a time, eh, lads?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past.
Then...
To what do I owe the honor? I never, and if it hadn't been... I'm saying fortune, dear. And? Trouble with your gear, or saying fortune, dear? That it? Fine.
Do you reckon we finally got to the...
no need to thank me for the sword.
Do you reckon we finally got to the bottom of Blackthorn?
The Dominion's all but done for. Then it's lucky we stayed here.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
And you're just gonna fall in tonight?
What on
else can I do?
I don't trust this Duke. If we're not careful, he'll undo all the Dane's hard.
Oh, Clive, my wards and I...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only, not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by...
And what does he want?
He wants to a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnant.
He would rob...
Believe me, I have used...
What does Captain... When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By a man whose stated aim is to... The captain can offer them a regular supply. No. Any attempt to incite... Given the mood around town, mutiny may yet... Clive, would you for your services to Northreach? And unlike Philippe, well...
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison...
Overseeing the...
All right. I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole... We already have a leader in the Dane!
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the cap...
No, actually. I was hoping I might...
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass, but you should be all right. Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it...
Neither, Your Eminence.
Ah, you are worried, yet you needn't be. Pride of place, but no more. For it is...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to we need only build a wall around both. Plans are all soon enough. These frauds...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous the... Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach...
The people will do as their leaders. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be... And yet there are those who...
I suspect...
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean you would sow the seeds of...
Sabine, we have...
Yes, and I told you then how putting the Empire before has...
Without an empire...
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her?
Do not take her name in...
I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to... Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall. I've been hearing a lot of talk.
Nothing good going around, and with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town.
I take it you'd rather she was...
As far as I'm concerned, just need his eminence.
Sell anything today?
As much as you, I'll wager.
The garrison salvaged what they could from all, but...
That grain...
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get... You build a life for yourself somewhere. If he thinks his nay will do whatever it takes.
How'd you think I would be lying under a pile of rubble in Twinside? All right there.
Just your opinion. I wondered what...
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like... Now, he's trying to drive us out if the Dane.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
He'll take everything we
Half of what comes in is barely fit for pressing, let alone eating.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. All right. That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toe.
Ah, sir.
Good.
That's brilliant! I'll fit him to the... May I present to you the Telemon Furnace in Paris?
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon.
It's fine.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few and
you could just...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff, and I reckon I know how. With a new alloy. It's a metal, see? So it's love...
Stretch.
Ah. So?
Thank you.
And I wanted to get some practice in. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life, maybe even one day.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm...
Right then. Let's get back to work. These rule-changing